What's going on, everybody? Bobby Fire, Eric Sheetsaver. We're going to be talking through the 6-game NBA slate on Wednesday. On Monday. And not a lot has changed. We don't get to say that very often in the NBA from 9 a.m. or from noon to 6 p.m. But not a lot has changed here. So we have the only real questionables that I have as officially questionable are LaMelo, Levine, and Christian Braun. I'm guessing we'll get some of that news soon, but it still looks like they're the same semi-sketchy-ish value as earlier.
Well, let's talk about that. I'm just running my stuff now. Are you still getting that Fontecchio guy?
Yeah. I've got a Fontecchio that Saberson still got him with a 19 fantasy point projection. He's 3,200. I get it. I probably want to be a little more under it than where I'm at right now, but it's still coming up for me, to be honest. And it makes sense without Harris, but we're assuming a lot of things. And I think the Asar Thompson play is a very similar play with so much less ownership. And he's got a 3-point less projection, but I think that's the other option for what would happen for them. So I think one of Fontecchio or Asar is probably going to happen for me.
Well, let me just see something. What team is Fontecchio on? Detroit?
Oh, Levine is out officially. Oh, I didn't see that. Wow. Yeah, Fontecchio's on Detroit.
Yeah, I'm still only getting him at like 15 points. I'm just not. I just don't think I'm going to get there. So Chicago Levine is out. So there you go. Very nice.
There it is. Yeah. So,
as soon as I finish, as usual.
I think it actually had already happened, but I somehow missed it because it didn't.
No, it's not in my projection, so it's not. So I have to agree to everything. All right. Well, I could talk about what I would get if he was in, but then again, I'm not getting all this giddy anyway for some reason.
You're getting all the giddy you said for some reason anyway.
I think
you're not getting all of it. Well, there's still a lot of body. It's not like a must because remember, like Lonzo is playing also, and usually in these situations in the past we didn't have Lonzo. Desonmu plays a lot of minutes now, so I'm not sure the projections are going to go like through the roof for these guys. I think you're just going to get some of it. I like the Lonzo play a little bit, to be honest with you. So I'm just rebuilding here, and I'm going to see where I'm at. We will be doing a football thing at 7 Eastern, guys. Brandon will join us. So we got that. Oh, it did just happen. Okay, that's why. Because there it is. Yeah, Levine out and Dalen Terry's out also, which could take up some more minutes. So we're probably going to have to wait a few minutes to get an accurate projection source. I'm guessing it will look okay for White and for Giddey. Potentially, yeah, for Lonzo, I think that's the other one. Oh, all right. So let's see. I'll see what I'm getting to here. You're just updated your thing.
Yeah, I'm uploading something for now, but
yeah,
just not going to be able to do anything until that.
NBA
is just stupid.
It's gotten to the point where it's getting kind of ridiculous.
No, it's not. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's always like this stuff that could happen, but it's just from a content perspective, it's just kind of dumb. I mean, we can't really do anything until we have all our projections, and we can't have all our projections until like later. It's like
and it's everything factors into the other one. Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this. Okay, let's look at something else. Right now, I'd still be getting like 90% Pirtle and
Barrett,
83% Porter, and those two Toronto guys still. Do you still like for the people that weren't here before? You want to talk about that Bones Highland idea again?
Yeah, so he's been getting more run lately. He's been shooting the ball really, really well. The projections are not like crazy about him, and there's other value people will go to, but I think there's upside for this play. And I like the idea of getting to one of here, Porter. I have 20% of Highland right now. I didn't have as much quite as I did earlier, but I have Porter like 50% and Bones Highland like. I've got him 29% now. The other guy that I'm going to force. Look, if you're doing really poorly, because Bones Highland I think will get a little bit of ownership, you can always pivot off onto Jordan Miller if you want to as a low owned. Hey, the minutes could go his way type of play. K9's asking about FanDuel. I can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, let me jump over there for a minute, man. I'll just grab to see what I've got on FanDuel. It's different. As Sheets pointed out earlier, Grady Dick is a much better play over there. Podol's a little more expensive, so maybe not quite as much of a, I don't even want to say must, but seemingly must. Keon Johnson is showing up more over there. Those are the main ones for me. Barrett is still the same, really popular. Makes sense to play him. More Jimmy Butler over there for whatever reason. It just, I guess it's just price and position stuff. But yeah, I'm getting to more Jimmy Butler over there. But I like the speculating on these the Bones Highland and the and again it's just one way I've found to get different on this slate is doing that. Keon Ellis is another cheap one that you could take a shot at 3,400. But if you're going to do all this, I think you may as well go ahead and play Jokic. We also have Jamal Murray is officially questionable. He's probable now, so that's a little bit less possible excitement for Jokic. But it's Jokic against Sacramento. I think it's a good spot to try to be overweight the 20% he's currently being projected. And as of right now, I actually have Jokic as my, other than the Raptors, my favorite spend up. But like, I have 4 of my five highest owned players are Raptors on DraftKings, and the other one is Drew Smith, which I still don't know what I want to do with this play or not. I think the idea I had earlier of maybe playing Rozier instead and hoping for some, variance or whatever is maybe what I'll do instead of playing as much Drew Smith. Are you getting to a bunch of the Drew Smith sheets?
I haven't looked yet.
Okay.
Let's do something else now. No, I'm not actually. Like right now, I'm not. I'm getting. Let's see. It was over here somewhere. Drew Smith. Yeah, I mean 20%.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little lower on him myself because I was getting like 50%, and I like the speculation. I just think it hasn't been the same version of Terry Rozier, but he could still put up a game if he put up 32 a couple games ago. Obviously, he's a little more expensive, but again, those other minutes that we're counting to go to Drew Smith could easily be at least you'll see Rozier, getting some of the usage during that time. So I think it's an interesting pivot. And then I think if you wanted to be really frisky, you could take a shot with Jaquez, but I think that's a little bit beyond what I feel like I need to do today. Are you getting to any of Ron Holland?
Not at this moment. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just swapping out all this stuff.
Yeah. Do your thing. I'll talk about some of the other spend ups that I like, just in terms of where I'm at. I'm above the field on Jokic, above the field on Barrett, below the field on Sabonis, below the field on Harden, above the field on Podol, below the field on Cade, above the field on Bam, below the field on De'Aaron Fox, above the field on Maxey, above the field on Paul George, below the field on Vucevic. Those are the expensive spend ups that I'm not really getting as much of. All this Donovan Mitchell at no ownership is starting to pique my interest a little bit. Maybe that's something.
Which one?
Donovan Mitchell is getting like no ownership for whatever reason tonight, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's
okay.
He hasn't really put up a big game in a while, or in the last few, but the matchup is good. I think it's an interesting guy to get a little different with. And then LaMelo is going to be on a minutes restriction if he does play. So I would personally I'll X LaMelo out. Those are the highest point projected guys that sort of where I stand versus the field.
All right. So what we could do, we could do this. Let's do this again, but we'll do this build we'll just fudge the Chicago ones for now. So let's see what that does.
I'm going to see if it's updated a little bit.
And who's the other guy that got ruled out, you said?
Dalen Terry. He's also on the Bulls.
Oh.
Yeah, Kobe White's projection is starting to shoot up a little bit. So I think that's probably your reasonable chalk play there. If you want to see it.
So Chicago. Yeah, Kobe White went up a little bit. IU went up a little bit.
Buzelis is actually looking like a reasonable play now.
Jalen Smith, for some reason, went.
Patrick Williams.
Buzelis, Patrick Williams, yeah.
Patrick Williams, that really shot up there. I don't know about this projection on Patrick Williams right now, to be honest with you. It feels a little ambitious, but I still think you're going to want a good amount of it.
The ownerships have to all change too, right?
Yeah, we just have to wait.
Well, hold on. Well, I can do this. They changed here, so they made Kobe White not 20%. Okay,
but they have Patrick Williams still at 0%.
Yeah, well, we got to change that. What are we going to go with? 20? I mean,
it's a tough one to know because I don't know how many minutes they're going to let him play. He's coming back from an injury too. His second game, he only played 13 minutes in the first game.
I'll give him 12 for now.
12%
ownership.
Yeah.
Now let's see what we get.
I'm curious to. Oh, there it goes. Now they've got him at 40. Saberson.
40%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell you what, it's certainly fadeable at 40%. I mean, it is value, but like there's other places you can get value from too. And I'm wondering if these Bulls guys take a little bit of that ownership away from Toronto.
You would imagine.
Yeah. Either way, it feels pretty clearly like no matter what you do, you're going to end up with some sort of a game stack of that game in most lineups. At least a 2-1 or a 3-2 or 2-2. I think that's probably a reasonable assumption. My favorite kind of game, the high and tight, really bad teams that don't play defense, that are missing players. All right, so I'm
see what we get here.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be like 65, 75% is going to be where I'm at in terms of the game stack exposure.
So if we change the Saber Sims to what they were now,
93% it gave me of that game stack.
Yeah, I'm getting 100% Patrick Williams actually.
Yeah, I think the projection's ambitious, just for what it's worth.
So we'll just wait on it. But these Toronto guys still look good.
Yeah,
Porter still looks good. I mean, I'll put these in for now, but what time's that game? 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30, and then there's the huge gap before the night games.
Yeah,
crazy amount of time. It's like an NFL slate. Let's see. I got Kobe White 65% now. It's still giving me all this Bones Highland, which I don't hate.
I don't hate that either.
I don't care. I mean, does it really matter to me whether Saberson has a projection of 17 or you have 14? No, it's like it's probably like 5 or like 30. You know, like
right.
It's probably what we're talking about.
Let's try this again. Let's do FanDuel. Same thing. And we'll manually change the Chicago's. I wonder if these guys are going to be popular in Chicago too. Let's see.
I think so.
I mean, on FanDuel also.
Yeah, looks like it.
30% Kobe White. Only 17. Yeah, it's Patrick Williams again.
The weird part is like he's not projected to start. They've got Buzelis now. He only played 13 minutes in the last game, his first game back. Is there a chance that they even keep him under 20? You know, that's possible. I mean, we've got it projected at 32 minutes. That seems really aggressive. That's like his old minutes back whenever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like the same situation. And I'm curious to see if he starts or not, because if Dosunmu starts and not him, actually, no, you know who it'd be? It would be him. Yeah, it would have to be him, I think, who starts. Unless they wanted to start Lonzo.
Right.
Which I think they should do anyway, personally. Guys, pop in any questions or thoughts. Sort of went through all my exposures of where I'm at with the as far as the top guys. It's a little different now, but that's my highest owned guys are Patrick Williams, RJ Barrett, Kobe. But I'm going to lower the Patrick Williams thing. I'm going to make sure I don't want more than I don't want 100%.
Of what?
Of Patrick Williams. I'm just not quite buying this projection or any of it. And I am a Patrick Williams believer. I'm the idiot who said this guy was going to be a star, which I was wrong about.
Well, he's still in the league. I mean,
Yeah, and he's young. He's like 24. I mean, it's not like impossible.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is only 25.
Is he really?
It's amazing, right?
That is so crazy. I know he was 19 when he came in, but still.
I was like 40.
Yeah, he looks like he plays like a little bit like he's 40 sometimes.
He plays D. He like swipes the ball like he's 15 years old.
Yeah, I'm in on this Highland. Yeah, I got more Highland than I do of Porter right now.
I still don't know what I want to do with these various football slates.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, there's some ideas like I do think that it's more reasonable to take some shots leaving money on the table. I know that I don't want to. I think I'm just gonna probably like X out Kirk Cousins or maybe just play a very small amount of them.
Oh yeah.
I just don't. I'm gonna trust my eyes at some point and take some stands. I'm not playing 150. I'm gonna take a shot with the 40 that I play, and with I think Desmond Ridder is gonna be my highest owned quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting the most of.
I like it. There's some Russian upside there, and it's you got the revenge. He's a terrible player, but doesn't really matter for fantasy.
We don't care about that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
That's for the weak.
Right.
Playing good football players.
It's too easy. Yeah.
Meanwhile, do you see they freaking benched what's his name? Jameis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was coming, I think.
But you know what's crazy is like these receivers like owe him their career again. Jerry Jones is a forgotten soul and like literally has had like 1,000 yards in 5 weeks. Like,
No, absolutely.
He made these guys' lives. He's so funny though, man. He's like just a one of one, just the most unique guy.
Yes, he is.
He chased down Mahomes who was hurt, who was hobbling off to say good game, whatever.
Meanwhile, I made like a kind of a very fishy bet that like a couple of weeks ago that I was in real danger of losing, and I'm still in danger of losing. I bet a Cleveland under for the season.
Oh.
That I only gave them the ability to win one game after I bet it, and they came right out and beat Pittsburgh right out of the gate.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I have to have them lose like every game, and we're okay because they have Cincinnati. Then there could be the sweat. They're home against Miami.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, and then at Baltimore. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Except that Baltimore's got wrapped. They don't have anything wrapped up because Kansas City's got one loss.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have anything. They might be locked into a position, but I think it's unlikely at the moment.
Yeah. So the Cleveland home game in the 2-degree weather against Tua, going into the 2-degree weather.
Oh God, and
that's the rough one.
Well, it might not be. Maybe good or bad. It may not be Tua. Who knows? Their season's over.
That's even worse.
Well, kind of, but.
Who am I wondering? Skyler, whatever his name is.
It takes Tua out of a game he's never won a game in his life, his entire career, all time.
That's definitely the rough one.
Yeah, that one might be tough.
But it's not like Cleveland's going to be even favored. I mean, like,
yeah.
Who's going to be the quarterback, by the way?
It'll be DTR or Thompson Robinson, or they still might let him start. I'm not necessarily buying what anybody saw him right now.
He was seeing ghosts yesterday though.
I mean, it was blowing like crazy. Kansas City's got a good defense.
Yeah.
And he
was under orders, not even under orders. I told you he doesn't care who's covered. He's slinging it.
He's gonna throw it. That's right. There's no going through any progressions or anything. If you see the guy's covered, you still just throw it.
He's not gonna take it. He just throw the ball. That's it.
What's weird though is like there's been a couple of throws he's made in the last like 5 weeks that have been like the best throws of the year. It's like bizarre. He's an incredible athlete, and he's very weird. He was one of the best baseball players in the country.
Was he really? I didn't know he was a baseball player.
Yeah, he actually. There's a video of him when they were like in like 18 or 19. He was playing with like he stole home when Correa was batting in one game, which is like really dangerous to do when a right-handed hitter is up,
Right.
But he read the catcher back to the mound stuff, but it was pretty wild. it really feels to me like, I just was thinking about this the other day, like football, the guys who get drafted early almost always hit, like that are not skill position guys. Basically every like lineman, they're always good, you know? But like in baseball, like it's not that they didn't ever used to always hit. They used to be the hardest, wildest thing. Then if the MLB draft was a joke. Now it feels like they always hit.
Yeah, you've been saying that about
Every top prospect.
All these 2K guys end up like 6K by the end of the year.
Yeah, and then look at like Skeens though, like coming out of the draft, and he's every bit as good or better than anybody.
Everyone's like, I don't know. Yeah, they know.
Comes out there throwing 105 miles an hour or whatever.
They just know. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you should have seen the discrepancy in our family baseball game because like a couple of them play college right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're good, like real good. And then now there's a couple of high school ones, and then our the brother of a couple of them he's like, what is he now? He just turned 11. He's tiny, but he has like more power than basically anybody out there. So he's going out there hitting 3 home run games and like all-star. Like they travel all over the country playing. But then you have like the worst players in the world, and then the really old guys. I mean, I'm old, but there's like guys who are playing with us who are like 75. It's a very, very wide. The ages are 11 to 75. It's a very different skill set.
Ugh.
I think this Asar thing, like, I don't care if it's not going to work every time. I think that the sharp thing is to do some of the Asar Thompson stuff. I don't understand that we're just going to assume he just stays in the same number of minutes. I don't buy it. Like, if Fontecchio gets the boost, then you should give him a chance to get the boost also. So he's projected at 17 minutes. I think that that's a bet I'll take the over on. I bet he plays over 20 minutes tonight. All right, let's see what else we got.
You don't follow the high school sports in Santa Barbara, do you?
Only because my cousins play.
Just baseball, though.
Baseball, well, yeah. At the moment, just baseball.
Okay.
Why? What's it?
I told you my buddy that lives in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
His son is like the quarterback superstar of the football team, apparently.
Oh, do you know which school? San Marcos,
Santa Barbara High School.
Santa Barbara High. Oh, nice. I'm sure they're friends then, because they all like all the athlete kids hang out together.
Laird Finkel is his name.
Oh, nice.
Not a lot of star Jewish quarterbacks in the
NFL right now. We had Josh Rosen, and that was it.
No, but he's like gonna play. He's gonna play
awesome.
college, apparently. Yeah,
that's really cool. I didn't even know what's his name.
Laird Finkel.
Oh, I think I have heard his name before.
Yeah,
we've had a couple. Santa Barbara, for how small it is, has had a lot of really, really good athletes come out of here. I mean, the Randall Cunningham was the quarterback for Santa Barbara High before, and so was going all the way back. We have the what's it called, the baseball thing is Eddie Matthews Stadium, because Eddie Matthews went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow, that's wild.
How far is Calabasas is LA, right?
Yeah, it's like in between, but it's closer to LA.
Okay.
They have the really rich schools though down in Westlake and Thousand Oaks. Like there was a high school football team. Their first year in existence, they were the #1 ranked team in the country.
Oh, really?
They played a game. They had everybody's kids all went there. Like every former athlete, like Wayne there, all those guys. So it's all their kids.
Right. I guess I'll rerun the projections now and see. I'm sure everybody's up to date at this point, right?
I think so. Yeah, looks good. The only one we have to worry about, it's not going to be till later, is if anything happens with Murray or Braun. But I'm expecting Murray to play. Braun, I'm not sure it makes a big enough difference, even if he doesn't, to be too actionable. Maybe you could talk yourself into Strother, I guess, or Westbrook, but Westbrook's too expensive. Or is he? I don't know, actually. I wonder. So wouldn't that be funny if we had a game tonight where like in football where two of the quarterbacks didn't even play the second half because it's like it's that much of a shit show. I think that Falcons Raiders game has a definite potential for.
You think so?
I think it's totally possible. Yeah. People also like to click the Desmond. I think he might end up being way more popular too because like people like they know him before. We played him before, you know, when he was Atlanta's quarterback.
So I played that the primetime thing. I got a couple of lineups that are okay. The ones that you need are the ones with Dobbs and JSN, I think. And yeah, Jacobs would be nice too. But
which thing?
Dobbs was 4K, and he got he had like 18 points or something.
Yeah.
So I'm late swapping those.
All right, let's. Oh yeah, you get those things. Did you have any? Who else was it from yesterday? I guess Jacobs. Yeah, you mentioned. I did one hand built, well, actually two hand built lineups, and my original hand built lineup would have cashed pretty deep, but it cashed in the other one, the single entry thing. But
yeah,
should have left it in the big one.
All right, I'm going to do the NBA again.
All right, I'm rerunning as well.
And as that's going, I may as well update my hockey. If I have time, I'll put stuff on State Kings, but State Kings screwed me with their timing today. They didn't book the other ones until like 10 minutes ago or whatever.
I know Ethan doesn't work on Mondays. And I know Tyler's playing in the WSOP thing.
Are you really?
Yeah. I saw him on my little chat thing. These tournaments have gotten out of control, man. The amount, like 500,000 buy-in re-entry stuff is just like,
oh, I know.
What the hell are we talking about here? Okay, just reran, almost done. Yeah, maybe. I mean, knock on whatever. This is can we have a basketball slate that we know what's going to happen by 6:30? Maybe.
Well, maybe
it's on the table. Okay, so they're not. Well, that's already in it. So KJ Martin is starting for. They just announced their starting lineup for Philly.
That's new.
We thought it'd be Yabusele, who I wanted to play, but now I'm wondering if we should maybe play some KJ Martin. I think you want to get some exposure, but not go crazy with it. So to answer your question, the question I asked, the answer is no, because that does change things a little bit.
Yeah, with the hockey today, I loved hockey with the Sims because you just get completely different teams. Like I was literally going to get 100% of Edmonton, and then when I ran the Sims, I'd get like 40%, and then like 60% of somebody else. They didn't even consider.
That's fine. All right, so Evan Mobley is in, which I didn't even know was a piece of news.
That was a thing? Yeah.
I didn't know it was the thing. I guess he was probable already, but Cooper Jr. All right, let's see. I'm gonna check the chat in a little bit.
The same thing, getting to Washington again, if anybody was following that.
It's only a 3-gamer tonight for hockey?
Yeah.
How far into the season is it? I guess like 30%, right?
Yeah, something like that. I saw my brother the other day. I didn't know the All-Star game is in San Francisco.
The hockey All-Star game?
No, NBA.
Oh, it is this year?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure that I'm almost done with the NBA projections. Harley's game time decision. Okay.
I'm getting a lot less of the Fontecchio now.
Okay.
And they did cool their Jets a little bit on the Patrick Williams projection. At least
that's good. That's
yeah.
good.
Instead of 28, he's at 23. That seems, and in minutes wise, they've got him at 27, not at 32. That makes more sense to me. Hero Robinson, Butler, Heisman, Bam. I'm just going to put something in so I don't lose this thing. Probably... Did you notice if you got any Dayron Sharp?
I'm running projections now. I didn't run my build yet.
Okay.
Sharp. I mean, I'll go look at the old ones. Yeah, I got 3 lineups of them. Whatever. That's not true. That's not true. Hold on, I was getting more. Let me see. Now I got 1.
Oh, okay. All right. I was watching a little because they have the huge poker. They have the big 25K tournament. It's like they're calling it the super main event or whatever.
The 25K is like a prelim now. I mean, it's like
no, but it's like the big one. So it's 50 million guaranteed.
Oh Jesus!
So, but like everybody's, but like I was watching Tony Parker playing. I guess he's really into poker.
Oh really?
I watched him like open the button. The guy 3-bet from the small blind, and he just snap folded kings.
Love it.
Like I'm like, where does this come from? Like,
love it, dude. It's funny. With athletes and gambling sometimes. I was in the Bahamas. This is a few years ago, but I want to say 3-4 years ago, maybe more. No, that's 3-4 years ago. And the Atlantis, it's like a high scale hotel. And at the crab tables. You don't see at the crab tables, but Randy Moss.
Oh, really?
With his whole entourage, and we were at one side of the table. He were taking over the other ones. Dude, they were going crazy. He was betting like $2. Like,
oh, really?
He was betting like $2. Like the minimum at the table was like 100, but they reduced it for him. Like
that's so
Randy Moss was putting in like $5 chips, and his whole entourage was in there, and they were going freaking bananas. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's nuts. I played with Keyshawn Johnson once for like hours and hours one night at the Mandalay. And I remember I could not believe the amount he played with. You would have thought he was like a billionaire or something.
Right. That's what you would expect, right?
Yeah, he was playing like 100,000 a roll. But I'm like, dude, your highest contract was like $1.5 million or $2 million or something. How did that happen? But I guess he had a lot of real estate money and stuff.
So here's it's like really off the beaten path, but so here's a trivia question with a follow-up. First NBA player to play in the NBA straight from high school.
Was it Moses?
It was not. It was a guy named Bill Willoughby.
Oh God, I knew that answer. God damn it.
Yeah, and Bill Willoughby, he went to high school where I grew up in Englewood, New Jersey.
Oh, really?
He went to Dwight Morrow. My cousin, my older cousin, played with him actually, and he, I don't want to say it this way, but not surprisingly, I mean, like he got some real bad advice financially and like lost all his money from the NBA or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there are a couple of ways you can go with that. You could your whole life could be over, whatever it is, or God knows what you end up doing. He ends up like what he does now, or at least he did like pretty recently. He would like travel like all over to the teams and stuff and like lecture like players on like financial responsibility and stuff like that. It's really actually a pretty cool story.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
And then there was another story that was going around back when I was just getting started in finance. That that you have to be able to explain to some people with preconceived notions about what you're supposed to do with money. And there was like Payne Weber had this office in Atlanta, and it was this big joke that they were never going to be able to get Evander Holyfield as an account. Because Evander Holyfield, for some reason, didn't believe in anything except putting money in the bank. Like that was it. The only thing he trusted was putting money in the bank at 1% interest and letting inflation destroy him.
Mhm.
And within like 10 years, he was like bankrupt.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, you look at Evander Holyfield's like it's kind of like a well-known like
Yeah.
bankrupt person.
I know. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. But they do a better job of that, in the NBA nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and there's so many other opportunities that you can make so much more money off the court now than you ever could.
Right. No, obviously, yeah. But it never changes. Like freaking leeches and criminals and more money for people to steal. Also,
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I'm going to upload the new projections, and then we'll build live and see just what we get here, I guess. And usually I say I don't care who I have, but just for the fans, we'll take a look-see and see who we get. All right. So we go process. We go to the NBA. Now, again, if you're on SaberSim through TrueDFS directly, allegedly you can actually access the projections right from the interface. But I still, for whatever reason, just manually upload them. So if you can't see them straight on there, you could just manually download them and then upload them to your favorite optimizer, whether it's SaberSim or Roto Grinders or wherever. And we're going to build 5,000 lineups. Still have Vooch questionable.
He's. I think they announced that he expected to play.
Okay. And we'll build this now. If we want to get greedy, let's try it. Let's build the NBA also, the FanDuel at the same time, because that was one of the big upgrades, was that it could actually do like more than one thing at the same time, which is actually kind of neat when you're in time control. So we'll do the same thing over there, and then we're just going to wait. I think DraftKings are probably ready and within 1 minute. Not even. Look at that. Bam. Okay. So let's learn something. Let's first see like what we would get before running sim. So right now, if I were to just kind of put in what we have, let me just take a look. Pool entry exposure. Hold on. Oh, so like 95% Mogbo, same as before, except so a bunch of Mogbo, Pirtle, and then Giddy would be the next one, and a whole bunch of Drew Smith and what have you. Basically, no Patrick Williams, by the way. So we'll see what ends up coming with that. Yeah, I'm getting right now literally 0 Patrick Williams.
Yeah, I've got hardly any more as well.
And my projection, by the way, is still much lower than SaberSim's, by the way. So we'll just see.
I agree with yours.
We'll just see how it turns out, I guess.
No, regardless of what happens, I don't think you can expect a median to have a guy at 30 minutes who is coming back from an injury and played 13 in the first game back.
All right, so let's run the contest sims, and we'll playing 4 contests. So what it's doing is taking these 5,000 lineups and comparing their results with, using their algorithms to who they think is going to be played in these contests, which is usually a function of SaberSim's ownership. And then let's see the difference. I mean, it's kind of marginal. You're getting a little less of some, a little more of the other, but NBA is typically a chalky sport anyway. So still getting to all this. This is at Min Uniques 2. So you take a look at these numbers here, these max destination ROI, mid destination ROI. Let's see if I can get away with going to Min Uniques 3 instead and see if it doesn't bury me. Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to go back to Min Uniques 2. And then we'll, yeah, it's better. And then we're going to go into autofill. And what that's going to do, again, for those uninitiated, is depending on what order you put these things in, and I'm going to rate them by fee. What it's going to do is it's going to sim against this alley-oop. It's going to put the 1, because I have 1 entry. Best lineup that sims against that in there. Then it's going to take that lineup out of the pool, resim everything for the next one, which is the splash. I have 1 entry in that. It's going to take the best lineup that sims against that, put that in, take that out of the pool, redo that for Showtime, same thing. And the final 60 that sim the best against the fadeaway are going in there. So what that means, just so you know, is if you do it this way, if you have a lineup that sims well against all four of these contests, you're not going to get it in the fadeaway if you arrange them this way. Okay, so that's that's the path I'm taking. So we're just going to hit save the contest, download, upload, and say fini. And then the only thing we're going to do is again probably late swap, at least at some point. What's the schedule again for the games?
What for 7:30, then not till 10.
So I'll fire one in maybe at 7:20, and then definitely some point before 10. If there's anything left to do, right?
Yeah.
We'll do that. So let's go and look at FanDuel. Okay, same deal. Oh, we already ran them, right? Okay, so we ran these, loading lineups. It's slowing on me here. I'll go back to build 2 for a minute. 6, go back to build 3. It says lineups built at 638. Okay. So they're in here. Let's take a look. May as well take a look and see what we would get. You'd be getting here. We'd actually be getting 100% Patrick Williams.
Oh, because it's cheap over there.
It's only 42. It's not like that cheap, right?
But the 42 is relative to 60 instead of.
Oh, I guess so. Right.
But there is one at more position too.
But that's pretty funny. I'm 0 on DraftKings.
Yeah, that is.
Well, let's see when we sim it how that changes anything. I have a pretty low ownership on FanDuel too, though, so I probably will get all that. Well, we'll just see. We'll just see how it turns out, I guess. So when we sim this, let's see. ROI. Let's do this one more time. This is FanDuel. Hold on. Patrick Williams. Yeah, I'm still only getting like 17.5 projection out of him. I don't know what to say.
I don't even disagree with it.
So
the Boozellis is the one I ended up getting more of. Yay. Okay. I'm just going to share. I just posted my most current stuff in the Discord here.
yeah, I'm getting a little less of the Patrick Williams after I sim it at least.
Yeah.
On FanDuel even. And up we go. Okay.
Do you know who I think? I'm just going to throw out there. I know that other people are setting their things already, but I just want to go on record and say that I think Kelly Oubre is a pretty good play.
Kelly Oubre.
Kelly
Oubre is still in the league.
He's put up 30 or
Imagine
more
that.
in 4 straight games. And he's going back to Charlotte, and it's a good matchup for him. Feels like a good spot. I'm a little higher on all of these Sixers tonight, actually, than maybe most people are.
Which is the first game? Chicago, Minnesota?
Yeah. Okay, let me just finish. Stuck on a feeling.
So what are you thinking about this football? I mean, I'm doing showdown. Next thing I'm doing is doing the showdown stuff.
Yeah. I'm not playing the showdowns, but I'm about to. We'll do the one coming up with Brandon. What I'm going to say is like.
Oh, Brandon's coming at 7. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's loving the Kobe White thing tonight. Really loves it. And it's pretty safe. Yeah. But I did want to make sure I got more of the. Yeah, I like the Oubre idea. Just a little bit. You don't need to go crazy with it, but it's a reasonable one.
If I wonder if I'm going to do any of that Abdullah business in showdown, I'm going to.
Showdown for sure, yeah.
Who's the other guy you mentioned? The Naylor, right?
Yeah, I think Naylor is a different different candidate at receiver. I think that Trey Tucker is the other one.
I got not much else to say. Do you have any questions about the 7 o'clock games, or I mean, not much. Right? Okay. I guess I'll see you like maybe a little bit after 7.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Okay, bye.
All right. Corey, I'm trying to understand your question. What is DK first set of projections? What does that mean? Let me know, and I'm happy to answer whatever you got, Corey. But yeah, I just uploaded all my exposures, and that's where I'm at right now. So happy to answer the question, but I think you're in our Discord. If you want to shoot it on to me over there, I'm happy to answer it. Anyway, good luck to everybody tonight. We'll be back in like 10 minutes with football. Yeah, we saw Vooch is in. Thanks, K9. Good luck to everybody.